Hi there folks, and welcome to a quick tutorial on how to use category filters in your Storemapper store locator. So a lot of customers want to have some way to filter down their locations by different categories. Sometimes it's if you have multiple brands and not all stores carry all the brands. Sometimes it's if you want to distinguish between online locations and physical in-store locations. And so we're going to walk through how to set that up and some explanations of how it works. So what you can see here is this is just obviously some test categories that I've created where you have these checkboxes. And this is the general UI for category filters, is that it creates filter checkboxes. When you first start Storemapper and you start adding some stores, you will not see these checkboxes. You'll just see the opportunity to enter your location and find any of the nearest locations near you. The way to add categories is really easy. You go back to your dashboard. Let's find a particular store here. Actually, ground support, this is the one I want to do. So you go and edit it, and this is how you can do it one by one, but you can also do this using the bulk upload feature. So in store, you can see there's a category feature here, and you just put in any text that you want to describe that category. The only trick here is that everything that's in the same category needs to have exactly the same text in it. So for example, if you do category 3 space for one, and then you do category 3 in another one, there are going to be two different categories of category 3 and category 3 space. So it's just important to pay attention to making sure they are exactly the same. So for this one, we'll use category 3. And I'm going to go back to our preview here. And there you can see now we have this category 3. It gets added automatically anytime you add a new unique category. So we'll run a search again. And you can see here it's been added category 3. So it'll show up. If they don't have a category, obviously that will just be blank. So let's go ahead and add categories for all of these and then see how it works. So now you can see as it created all those categories, we now have category 3, 4, and 5. Let's run the same search again, and you can see each of these has their own category here. And so the default search with all the checkboxes is that you'll see all the categories, but you can start to filter down by the nearest one within that category. So MedFood is the first one. When you uncheck it, you immediately get the nearest one of all the remaining checkboxes. Uncheck it again. Now you're down to here, and you can see that the map updates accordingly. Those pins get removed or added back as you drop them back in there. Category 4 comes back to the top when you add it back in. Category 5, category 4 stays on the top, but category 5 comes back. The last thing to note is the way that we deal with locations that are given no category. So for example, think coffee here. The default behavior there is that they show up regardless of what category gets selected. So you can see if we uncheck every single category, what happens is only things with no categories show up. And that's basically just that, we don't want locations to never show up simply because maybe there was an oversight and you didn't give them a category. And that's basically it. The only last caveat to mention here is that this is a relatively simple category filter. And the way that it works is that a location can only have one category. So for example, this is not a solution for if you have 15 different products and any store can have any number of those products and you want to be able to filter by products. Storemapper does not have that capability built in. It's simply for a one category per location filter.